We have X-Men 32 from 1967. It's an old 12-cent book. Beware the Juggernaut, my son. That's Juggernaut.
Oh.
He's holding Beast. That was before Beast got all blue with all the blue fur. There's Angel, Cyclops, Iceman, Phoenix. Well, Marvel Girl, before she was Phoenix. Shamed by your English? You can soon speak and write like a college graduate if you let me help you for 15 minutes a day. That's Don Bolander, University of Chicago. Don's probably not around anymore. You know that?
Probably not.
No. They're at the Coffee A Go-Go. X-Men, the most unusual fighting team of all time. Beware the Juggernaut, my son. That's a lot of dialogue, ain't it?
Yeah, that is a lot.
A whole lot of words. They used to put a lot more words in comics. Looks like they're hanging out where people's playing music. They're watching a show. And then there's Professor X. Something about doing a test. Oh look, he's got Juggernaut chained up.
Oh.
My evil stepbrother, Cain Marco. He who, in the form of a human engine of destruction, came closest to crushing the mutant group which is my life's monument. For months, ever since our last violent encounter, he has been in this comatose state. But he shall remain thus no longer. So he's had a Juggernaut pretty much knocked out since he fought the X-Men before.
Oh.
And now, I don't know, as a test to the X-Men, he's going to wake him back up or something.
Cool.
See, that's showing how Juggernaut kind of got his powers.
Oh, that looks cool.
Oh, that's wild, ain't it?
Yeah.
Motorcycle gang came crashing through the windows where they're all watching the dinner show. And they're circling the X-Men's table. Vroom, vroom. This is Dragsville, man. Let's move in closer for some real action. Oh, can't anybody do anything? You know, all those motorcycle dudes. Getting down.
Cool page.
Kind of hard to tell what's going on without reading all the dialogue. I think, yeah, Jean Grey's hitting them with some telekinesis, which is using her mind power. She made their bikes smash into each other.
Whoa.
And then there's the Beast coming down, kicks some dude in the face right off of his bike. Look, fellows, you can win your choice of neat prizes free regularly, plus as much as $1 to $5 cash every week. If you're a boy 12 years old or older, you can be a happy, prosperous grit salesman. I bet there's some people who might be watching this video, because this is an older comic book, who were grit salesmen themselves when they were young children. Looks like Professor X is going into some helmet that is going to connect him.
Yeah.
Oh, look. It exploded. So he did wake up Juggernaut, but he knocked himself out in the process.
Ooh.
I don't know how it happened, but nothing and no one shall ever again halt the Juggernaut. He gets his helmet back on. And there's Bobby Drake, that's Iceman, kissing some lady. Jean, Scott walking back home. The Angel's flying. Looked like the Beast thought maybe Angel was trying to break in, tried to get him. What? I'm fighting Hank? And And something's starting to crash. There's all types of stuff going on that I'm not exactly sure what's happening unless we read. Look how they drew Cyclops' visor. That's kind of weird, huh?
It is kind of weird.
Well, it's an older style, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they didn't totally have... All the artists draw things differently, and the costumes were different back then and everything. There's Juggernaut. You're finished, dolt. You ever heard anybody call somebody a dolt? Did you think a pair of wings is all that it takes to defeat the Juggernaut? The Juggernaut? But he was turned over to the authorities. He can't be here. He can't. If he isn't, then that sure is the ugliest looking mirage I ever saw. I think that's how he says it too. Knock the angel out. They're flying around telling him we don't like you, your face is stupid, I'm gonna splang off of this, wappy doodle. He bounced off Juggernaut's helmet and smashed into Iceman, so Iceman and Beast are both out. So it's only Cyclops and Jean. Cyclops is trying to laser him. What is this? Looks like, yeah. Juggernaut had his hands up and just smashed Cyclops on the top of his head. Bam! Knocked him out. So now it's Juggernaut and Jean's the only one that's still awake. Juggernaut's beat everybody else up. A little page of everybody getting smashed. There is a wham! Scott Summers getting his head pounded.
Oh.
Wolverine would like that. Wolverine wasn't around yet.
Oh.
They hadn't invented Wolverine. Look, he just smashed everybody. Everybody looks like they got their butts kicked, huh?
Yeah.
Professor X is laying in the water. Yeah, that's how this one went. He woke up Juggernaut. Juggernaut smashed everybody and rolled out.
Man.
Stan's soapbox. Here's from Stan Lee. Hang loose, heroes. Now that I've got your ear, I'm not letting go. Our first tentambulating topic is going to be the Marvel philosophy. Whenever I get together with any of you frantic ones, the first question posed is usually, what are you fellas really trying to do in your mags? What message are you pushing? Is the whole Marvel series just a big put on, or are you trying to tell us something? Are you actually serious about your characters? Do you really believe in them, etc.? Well, just between us, we believe in our cavorting characters a lot more than we believe in some people we know. And we do have a motive, a purpose behind our mags. That purpose is plain and simple. To entertain you! You! And you! To entertain you! We think we found the best formula of all. We merely create the type of fanciful yarns that we ourselves enjoy. And if we like them, you ought to like them too. After all, you're our kind of people. Now then, in the process of providing offbeat entertainment, if we can also do our bit to advance the cause of intellectualism, humanitarianism, and mutual understanding, and to toss a little swing and satire at you in the process, that won't break our collective heart one tiny bit. That's it, pussycat. Thanks for listening. Old Stan Lee. That's Stan's words. From like 53 years ago. Here's people writing into the letter columns. You know how we write into the letter columns?
Yeah.
These are people writing the letters 50-something years ago. Gary Bullock from Anderson, Indiana. Stanley Krimpsky from Nanacoke, Pennsylvania. Carl Hammer from Canada. Dean Suramoto from Castro Valley, California. John Shellhorn from Wichita Falls, Texas. And Eamon Keenan from Ireland. Must I lose my hair? Must I lose my hair? Let me show you too how to make yourself astronaut tough. Inside or out, and double quick time, or it won't cost you a cent. See here on the back we have Norman Rockwell. He was one of the great artists of America. Up here it says America's most beloved artist. He is the founder and member of the guiding faculty of the famous artist schools. We're looking for people who like to draw. Norman Rockwell's looking for you girls.
I love drawing.
Let's see, next issue. As you might have already guessed, X-Men number 33 features the senses-staggering showdown between our misunderstood mutants and the prodigious... Man, I've never seen that word.
Where?
The powerful Juggernaut. But just for good measure, we've also tossed in a mind-snapping struggle in the Crimson Dimension as Psyche and Jeannie come face to face with the eternally evil entity known as the Outcast. And as a topper, you'll see our battling brood come yet one step closer to the inevitable cataclysmic confrontation with the mysterious superpowered group known as Factor 3. All this plus a surprise ending that'll knock you out of your tinsel-covered tree. You expect more from Marvel, and you get it. Enough said. That was in the Mutant Mailbox of X-Men number 32. Pretty cool, huh?
That was a pretty cool one.